Hey everybody, hope you guys had a great weekend and hope you're having a great beginning to your week. Welcome to this episode of Q&A with the Hombre. Still got a little bit of a cough here going on, but we'll muscle through it. Hey, what are you guys sipping on while we do this happy hour with the Hombre today? Love to hear what you're sipping on. If you didn't get a chance, you make sure you want to check out the live review that we did last time on Cocoro Blanco. Really impressed with the Blanco, really good. Working out some deals for us for the Tequila Barrel Collective, which would be great. And also, we are so excited that we got Lalo Blanco in on Ferment and Still, and it is awesome. Like I said, like I've been telling people for a while now, it is my top 40% Blanco, and this Cocoro is right up there, right up with Lalo as one of the top. But we now have it on Ferment and Still, and I've been trying for so long to get it on Ferment and Still. We're offering it at a great price through today. Tomorrow, the price will be going up on it. We've sold a ton of it, and I'm glad that we're getting a lot out to people that weren't able to get it before to try this fabulous Blanco. It is doing great. All right, so now it's time to check in with the viewers. And if you are new here, let me tell you how it works. You comment. If you have a question, put a Q next to your question, a capital Q, so then I can identify it as a question. And I answer questions, respond to comments. And if you want to support the channel, I recommend clicking on the $sign below the YouTube chat box there. And you can do what's called a super chat. And when you do that, we recognize you first. We address your question first. Your question stays on the chat longer on YouTube, as well as your comments, and then the proceeds from the go to supporting the channel, which we greatly appreciate it. So let's head on over to our chat area. Todd Gilbert, thank you so much for the super chat. You're a rock star. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you showing up here every Monday. You're here like clockwork, and I appreciate that. Oh, and Todd is sipping on some Raysol.
Oh yeah, Raysol, baby. You know what that makes me do? It makes me want to sing. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Raysol. Gotta love it. Gotta love Raysol. David B is sipping on some Chamucos. Very good. Very good. Chamucos isn't bad stuff at all. And Shaman's got Cascanes number 9. Nice. So what did you think? I know I told you about it last time, right? What do you think about it? It's kind of like a best kept secret as far as Blancos go, Valle Blancos. Do you agree? I think it's one of the best kept secrets. Everyone talks about Fortaleza and how great Fortaleza is. I actually think that the Cascanes number 9, there we go. Sorry, playing with the microphone. That the Cascanes number 9 Blanco is blows Fortaleza out of the water. Even the still strength. It is my number 1 Valle Blanco, and it's great. So I love it. I love it. I have multiple bottles. I've gone through several bottles of it. I love drinking it, and it's fantastic. And if you haven't tried that, the extra añejo, the single barrel 100 proof extra añejo that we got for the collective, it is the best American oak aged extra añejo I have ever had, still to this date. I mean, I haven't found one that beats it. Even Tapatio Excelencia does not match up to it, in my opinion. So, and I love Tapatio Excelencia. It's great. Tapatio Excelencia was my number 1 extra añejo, and now the Cascanes single barrel 100 proof is. All right, Seamus says, unlike any Blanco I've ever tried, love. It's great, right? It's so complex, and the flavor profile of it's so beautiful. It's a joy. It's an experience to sip on that. And yeah, it's a little expensive. It's $80, but it's high proof. It's 100 proof, and it is just so complex, and there's so much depth to it that it is just an experience just to sit back and sip on it and enjoy it and just revel in the flavor journey that it takes you on. I love it. It's great. All right, Todd says, if the 10-year Raysol is better than the 6-year, I'm going to be in for a treat, but I bet that's nothing compared to the Cascanes. Actually, the 10-year is, you're in for a treat. I'm telling you, you are in for a treat. It is better than the 6-year, and you are in for a flavored journey treat that is just unparalleled. It is ridiculously good. The 10-year XA, when I did these barrels, what I was looking for is I didn't want to get 2 barrels of the same stuff, because it's like, okay, well, people would buy the first barrel and they, okay, this is a good fit, this is great, and they love it. And then the second barrel, I didn't want it to be like a similar flavor profile. So, you know, and like I kind of explained before, when you're dealing with single barrels, each barrel has a completely different flavor profile than the other. So it's like, you know, I did the same thing with the El Tesoro single barrel that we did, the Reposado. Everyone's like, well, I've had the one from Total Wine and I wasn't a fan. Well, ours was totally different from, what's going on here? It's got a mind of its own. Okay, there we go. Our single barrel Reposado from El Tesoro was very good, better than any one that I've had from El Tesoro. The camera's possessed. There it goes. From El Tesoro. And it was great. And a lot of people are coming back to me saying, yeah, I've had the one from Total Wine, and this one was actually better. So it's the same with the single barrels from Reysol, where not all of them tasted the same. Some of them were actually kind of harsh and weren't good. So I was like, I didn't want those. So the ones that I selected, the first one was very robust in the flavor profile, very rich, lots of the vanilla and caramel, and the cooked agave was still there, and the butterscotch. Well, this one's more on the floral side, but it still has the vanilla, caramel, and butterscotch in it, but it's lighter. And this one would actually fit really nicely as like an aperitif before dinner, or something to sip on in the afternoon, where the other one was more meant for like a dessert tequila. It was great for after dinner with a cigar. This one is more floral. It's got more of a floral flavor profile, and the vanilla, caramel, and butterscotch are lighter, but they're there and they're super pleasing. And the flavor on the finish just sits on the tongue with that creamy butterscotch, and it just gives you a treat long after you've swallowed the tequila. Which one thing I really like on is the tequila with a nice finish on it. So that one, it doesn't disappoint. So Todd, I think you're going to really like the second barrel of the Reysol 10-year that we're getting in. It is going to be amazing. And for those of you that are on the email list, if you're not on the email list, go to tequilabarrelcollective.com and join. It's free to join. It gets you on the email list so you get the updates. We got a good update that came out on the Reysol 10-year. So we should be, the barrel should be landing here in Southern California shortly, and then it should be shipped out. So that was great news for everybody waiting on the 10-year Reysol. All right, so some things to talk about. The Kokoro, I'm working on putting together a special pricing stuff for us. We're going to try to work on making it so the first bottles that came out, now people don't know this, but that's not actually a ceramic jug that it's stored in. It's actually painted glass. So we're going to be the first ones to get the actual ceramic jug with that. And this, with the special batch, it's called the Limitada. And we're going to be the ones that they launch it with. And so we're excited about that, but we're working out the details on the pricing. And we're working out where it could be a deal where when you buy the limited edition, you also will get a refill at a later time for free. And we'll get a code and stuff for that. And Ferment and Still will handle, we'll work with the logistics on sending that out to the people that participate in the buy. So that's going to be something that's really good. But that Blanco, I was really impressed with it. It was fantastic. It got 5 agaves. I've been sipping on it too ever since. And it's very good. I think everyone's going to really love this Blanco if you haven't already tried it. It is complex. It's beautiful. It's got a wonderful flavor profile. Lots of beautiful flavors, and people are going to love it. I know it's going to become a top Blanco, and people are going to be talking about it a lot in the groups. So it'll be good. Yes, we do. We do. We do. So don't worry, you're covered. You order from Ferment and Still, we do. So it's not sadly. Don't worry about it. Just go and order. Any states that we can't order from, you won't be able to check out. So you'll be fine. All right. So how do you think Kukor will hold up I think it'll hold up great. Any good tequila will hold up great in a cocktail. I mean, any good tequila will hold up great in a cocktail. So it's all depends on how you make the cocktail, right? But it'll hold up great in a cocktail. But I wouldn't waste it with a cocktail, though. I'm a sipper. I'd sip that puppy, and because it was so good, the flavors on it were so good. I really enjoyed it. And we're gonna do. Everybody was really really loved the live review, so we're gonna do another one tomorrow. And tomorrow we're gonna do anger management. So I've got the Blanco and the Reposado. So I'm going to do a live review on those tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which would be 8 Eastern. So make sure you guys check that out. And then I've got another live review that I'm going to schedule and do that you guys want to really make sure that you are online for. It's going to be a fun review to do. And I'm going to approach it, differently. And so I've got two expressions from him. The name of the tequila is Enemigo, okay? And this here is a Cristalino that they sent me in Añejo. They obviously don't watch the channel very much, but they sent me an Añejo Cristalino. And they sent me a extra Añejo. Okay. Now, this is going to be a fun review to do. And the reason why is because it's diffused. It comes from a diffuser distillery. So I'm going to go over diffusing, and we're going to go over a little into the science of diffusing and what it is. And I'm going to get kind of in depth on it. So it's going to be really interesting review to watch. So make sure you watch out for the Enemigo review. And then also I'm going to be doing a live review of, yes, LeBron James's tequila. We're going to do a live review. So you guys, we can talk on the fly while I'm reviewing it. I'm going to give you all kinds of information about that one as well. And so it's going to be very informative. It's one that you want to make sure you watch for on the channel. So make sure you click the subscribe button below and click the bell next to it if you're new, if you're not already subscribed. And that way you'll get the notifications when I post that we're going to be doing it. And I will post that we're doing it on the channel beforehand. So you'll get the upcoming live feed information notifications if you're subscribed and you click that notification bell next to it. And don't forget that while you're here, while you're just kind of sipping and enjoying the Q&A, click the like button below. Going to be a like and help me out with the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. We need to up the likes here a little bit more so we get some more people in here and I can get to do some more exciting things for you guys and create new content for you as well. All right, so what is this? Are the older Calle 23 good versus the Calle 23 Criollo? The older Calle 23, well, there's the regular Calle 23 and the Criollo is different. So the Criollo is a whole different expression from them. The Calle 23, Blanco, Repo, and Añejo are the regular line, where the Criollo was a special batch made with just Criollo Weber Blue Agave, which are these small, tiny, sugar-packed, interesting flavored, sappy, sticky, beautiful little Weber Blue Agave, where normally when the Criollo are mixed in with the bigger ones when they do batches, but here she's took all the small ones, because a lot of times too, they'll get rid of this. They'll just toss the Criollo aside, don't even use them in batches. because they want more yield, so they'll go with the bigger agave, even though the small one still has a very good bricks count on it and produces an interesting flavor profile. But the Criollo, the 23 Criollo is, the Calle 23 Criollo is made from all Criollo agave, so she uses all the small ones, and it really has a beautiful flavor profile to it too on high proof. And that one now, with all the high proofs that I've been getting into and stuff, that one's dropped down to number 2 now for me for high proof Blancos. If I had to rank them in an order of my high proofs right now, I'd probably, which I don't really like to do, but the G4 108 is like top for me. The Cascanes is probably number 2, and then I'd go Criollo number 3, and then the Fortaleza Still Strength number 4. I think that'd probably be my 4. I could probably put a video together on that and go through those again and present them in a way that the high proof Blanco. That would be kind of a fun video to do. I think if you guys want me to do a top high proof Blanco video, comment yes, do it, and then if I get enough people to do that and enough likes on this video, I will I'll put that together for the people that like high proofs. All right, at least you can start your barbecue up with the Cristalina. Yeah, that's I don't know if it's only 40 proof. It won't light, I don't think so. But I'm gonna review them. I'm gonna give them a fair shake. Okay, so we're gonna talk Cristalinos. We're gonna talk diffusers and how they work, and then the science behind it, and then I'm gonna give them an unbiased tasting on it, and we'll go from there. We'll see what we think. All right, so I'm gonna approach it like I'd approach a well-made tequila. So, but I'm just gonna give you guys some information so you know what we're looking at. Hey, Shaman, thank you so much for the super chat. You ordered some Lalo from Fermented Still. Super excited to give it a try. Hope you had a great thank you. I hope you had a great Father's Day too, and thank you for ordering your Lalo from Fermented Still. We actually got it in early, so I know I said we were going to be shipping them Wednesday. They're actually shipping today, some of them. So a lot of you that put your orders in on Fermented Still for the Lalo, it's going out. It's in the process of being shipped right now. So you'll get them earlier than originally thought. So that's good. The thoughts on the Siempre line. It is, I haven't tried it yet. I need to do a tasting on it. But from what I understand, talking to the owner, the Blanco is good, but they put additives in the Repo and in Añejo because according to him, that's what more people prefer. And since more people prefer that, they do that to appease to those people, not to the aficionados. So they use additives in the Reposado and the Blanco, or the Reposado and the Añejo. The Blanco they do not. So I have it here. They sent me some bottles, so I'll review the Blanco. I'll review them all, and we can talk about it. If you want, we'll do a live stream on that too. If you guys want to see a live stream of Siempre, comment Siempre yes in the comment area, and I will. We can do a live stream review of that one as well. So Todd wants to see a live. Okay, very good. A live stream or a video, a countdown of the high proofs. Okay, I'll work on putting that together. Yes, yes to the high proof. Okay, all right. You guys want the high proof? All right, and then EB101 Boxing got your Denver and Lightly glasses filed. Great. What did you think of them? Did you like them? Do you agree with me that they are like the best agave spirit nosing and tasting glass that you've ever had? Do you agree? All right, so Ramos D87, hey hombre, I'm sipping on some San Matias Tahona Blanco. I know it's great. That was my first Blanco. That was my first intro to Blancos, because before I was mostly because coming from bourbon, I was an Añejo and Reposado guy, and I first tried the Tahona Blanco, and I was like, oh my god, it is so good. And I still keep bottles of it here. You can see it's up here on the shelf right there. I keep bottles. I love it. I still love it. It is, you know, in my opinion, it tastes like if you were to bite into cooked agave at the distillery and taste what cooked agave tastes like, that is what it tastes like in a liquid form in the bottle. It is so good. And it's so like creamy, and it's got an oily, thick viscosity to it. And it's very, very, very tasty and easy to drink. So I do enjoy the San Matias Tahona Blanco. I like the Repo and the Añejo too. I think they did a really good job with that whole line. So I think that if anybody hasn't tried the San Matias Tahona, you definitely it's worth a try. I think you definitely should try it. It's one that I would be confident in referring people to drink, and being confident they'll come back to me saying that they loved it. It was very good, and it was tasty. You know, you get some people that are like, oh, I just wasn't, and it doesn't match your flavor profile. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you come back and say, I didn't like it, that's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to rag you or tell you you're dumb or anything like that. I don't do that. Instead, I just say, okay, great. It doesn't match your flavor profile. And a lot of times too, that can give me an idea also of what to recommend you when I know what kind of things you like. And I can say, okay, but this one's really good and along the same lines, and refer you to other brands that, you know, would suit your palate. So yeah, it's all good. I love the San Matias Tahona Blanco. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ramos. And thanks again for showing up today. I really enjoy it when you're here joining us on our Monday Q&As. So yeah, so make sure you check out the En Amigo review. That one's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to give you some really, really, really cool information that kind of goes above and beyond what you normally find out from people that half know what they're talking about in Facebook groups. So I see a lot of that, a lot of misinformation out there with people like, oh, what is it? I saw that this is it. And it's like, no. You guys got to take what some people tell you with a grain of salt on Facebook groups, because most of the time they're misinformed. I wouldn't say they're dumb or anything like that. They're misinformed where they misunderstood maybe the information that was given to them, and then they try to, tell people what they think they heard, and it ends up being wrong. So we're going to square you away with diffusers and how they work, and the science and stuff behind it, and we'll even break into the science behind making agave spirits and what's involved. And it's going to be really interesting. We're going to really fill this one up with really cool information where you may have to watch it 2 or 3 times and take notes to get all the information that we're going to give you. So it should be good. I'm really excited about putting this one together for you guys. I'm spending some time with my notes and my research and talking to people. So we're going to have good, solid information like I normally try to provide in the videos that we do. We're going to crank out some other just regular review videos as well. Mix the live ones in there because you guys really like the live feed. At least that was the feedback that I got, the live review. So we're going to try to mix some of those in as well. But I'm going to also record some reviews to put up because a lot of people are busy and they can't make it now. And even though these are still fun to watch afterwards, and people do watch it afterwards, the regular videos are easier to watch for some people because they don't have to go through the countdown and stuff on it and whatever. All right. So, how is the Sam? Oh, it's very good. The whole line's good. The Repo's good. The Añejo's good. I haven't had an expression from the San Matias Tahona line that I don't like. It's very good. And if you like it's not like super rich with barrel influence, but it's got the strong agave presence with just a hint of barrel influence. And it's very good. And also keep in mind too that San Matias ages all of their tequilas in barrels that they get from the Buffalo Trace distillery. So it could be Buffalo Trace bourbon in it, or it could have been Weller's, or it could have been Blanton's, or it could have been something like that. So if you're a whiskey drinker, just know that they do age in Buffalo Trace previously used bourbon barrel. So I enjoy it. I like it. Okay, so Seamus is curious of your thoughts on the Nueve Uno tequila line, especially the Blanco. Well, I'm going to be reviewing that. So you will... Did I already review it? I don't remember if I reviewed it or not. I'll have to look. I have the whole line, so if I haven't reviewed it, it's on tap to be reviewed. But I thought did I review it already? Man, maybe I haven't reviewed it yet. But I've got I have the whole line, so I'll review it. So hold on and just wait. If you don't search the channel, you don't see the Blanco done yet. I'll do the whole line. I've got the whole line, but it does come out of the same distillery as Azuñia, and the same place that used to make Cabo Uno for Sammy Hagar. So I think I've already done the Blanco. I could have swore I did. I'll have to look. I'll look. But I'll do the review. I'll get the review done, so don't worry. Yeah, if it's not up there already, I'll do it. I've got a bunch that people have been sending me stuff, so I've got a bunch of stuff I need to review. And we'll have it on Ferment and Still too. So if I like it, we'll put it up. We've got access to it. So a matter of fact, I think is it on Ferment and Still already? I think it's already up on Ferment and Still. Let me look. Let me look it up here. I think it's already up. Yeah, all three expressions are already up on Ferment and Still. We got them up, yeah. So, oh, okay. So you noticed it, yeah. It's made at 1426. I think is the distiller. It's the same one that makes the Azuñia and made old Cabo Uno. So it's I'll do the review. I've tasted it already and I liked it. So that's why it's up on Ferment and Still, because I did a preliminary tasting of it and thought it was really good. So I'll do the review and give you guys all the information on it, and then we'll go deeper into the flavor profiles of it. So, but it's good. It's good stuff. All right, so just keep an eye out for the review, and I'll get it up. And we'll do it soon. I've got like been so busy with everything, but I've got a bunch of ones that I got to get Salento done because people have requested that one as well. I got to do the Reposado for Mi Genta as well, and I got a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna trying to crank out a bunch of reviews for you guys, and keep you up to date on some of the new stuff that's coming out as well too that people are sending me. So just if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the bell next to it. So you get notified when I post these reviews and videos on, and I'm going to try to get a bunch done before we head off to Mexico, where I'll be creating some new content for you guys that's going to really blow you out of the water. Some of the stuff we're going to do, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll even do some live streams with the Master Tequileros where you guys can ask them questions and stuff while I'm with them in Mexico. So it'll be fun. All right, so based off your review, I've tried out the Sol Repo, Fortaleza Repo, and G4 Repo. I like Fortaleza the most out of the three. Very good. All right. Good. We're glad you liked it. We're glad you found something you liked. Is it French oak that provides the wonderful? Yes. Yes, it is French oak that provides the wonderful aroma and the beautiful sweeter wood notes, because French oak comes naturally sweeter, so you get the more the butterscotchy kind of flavor notes and stuff from it, and you'll notice the oak isn't as bitter on it. It's more sweet. And that's why they primarily use it, for wines and for cognac and stuff like that. It's because it tends to be on the sweeter side, where, they use American oak, which has the bitterness in it, the oaky bitterness in it, but then it's just caramel and vanilla that come through. But that's why they use that for bourbon and stuff, because it has a more pronounced type of flavor profile that holds up well to more of the grain based spirits. So so it's French oak, and I love French oak. French oak is good. Pure Sangre's got some really nice aged expressions too, which are done in French oak as well. I went golfing on this weekend and met a fellow Tequila Hombre fan. We had some good tequila discussion. Thanks for oh, you're welcome, Anthony. I'm glad that you met a Tequila Hombre fan and you guys talked tequila. I'm a golfer too, but unfortunately, I actually hurt myself at the driving range playing golf, and I have to take a few more weeks off from playing because the wrist is still sore and stuff. But I plan on being out on the links, hopefully towards the end of July, when they let me start swinging a club again and playing golf. I do love good golf. I know, right? It just sits on the tongue, and you get that creamy, butterscotchy, beautiful sweetness that just sits on the tongue way after you've already, swallowed it, and it's just, you're like, oh wow, and it just.
Oh man, yeah, you just get me so excited, baby. I'm looking at my bottles of Resol behind me right now, and I'm thinking, I just want to sing as I sip some of that beautiful nectar of the gods. Oh yeah.
There you go. You're doing it. You're killing me, man. So people are like, oh, so you like Resol then? Yeah. Is it your favorite American oak extra añejo? Yeah. What gave it away? No, it's fantastic extra añejo. All right. So, Justin, how are you, buddy? Hey, hombre. Well, always a pleasure. Picked up some Fuente Seca 2013 Blanco this weekend. Any thoughts? Yes. My thoughts are good find. It is a very tasty Blanco, very complex, beautiful flavor profile. Sip it neat in a good glass and enjoy it. Okay. It is a treat. The 2018 is completely different, and I'm going to do a review. I have a couple of bottles of the 2013 here still, and I'm going to do a side-by-side, the 2013 and 2018 on the review. So you guys can kind of understand what the difference is between the two, because you could end up drinking the 2013 and going, oh, this was really good. I really enjoyed it. And then finding out that you hate the 2018. So if you're thinking about the 2018, just kind of hold off, and I'll get the review going on soon on it, and we'll do a side by side, so you guys can get a better understanding of what you're in for on that one. Okay. Hey, Anthony, how are you, buddy? Oh no, get some ice on R&R, some tequila for the pain. You'll be back on the course. Yeah, exactly. Well, I had to get ice on it when it happened, but it's about 3 weeks on the injury right now, so ice isn't going to do it any good. But I still need to keep the splint on it. So they said, call the doctor. I'm like, well, it still hurts. Should I have an orthopedic look at it, or what's going on? And he's like, sometimes these soft tissue injuries take just as long as a break to heal. I'm like, oh, thanks for being the bearer of good news there, doc. And then he's like, oh, and the fact too that you're old, you heal a lot slower now. And there you go, Mr. Positivity. Thanks for sharing. So, yeah, I'm hoping it heals soon. I'm, doing what I need to do, and so I can get out and play golf. Hey, Shaman, thanks again for the super chat. Just opened my first bottle of Art Nom 1146. Wow. So soft, sweet, and nice baking spices with cinnamon. What a treat. You're welcome, Shaman. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it is a special treat. And it's the way they make that is kind of interesting, because it's not just, aged in American oak barrels and that's it type of thing. It's aged in like 3 different barrels, and they blend them together. and then it's finished in wine barrels. So it's a treat with the flavor profile and stuff that has, and it's actually, I think it's a steal at the price they sell for, like around $70 for a bottle of it. It is really good. Artenom 1146 it's on my shelf. You see it right there. I sip on it all the time, and it holds up well with a beautiful cigar. So I enjoy it, and I enjoy doing a nice Connecticut shade wrapper, medium bodied cigar with that. And it's just a beautiful day, relaxing with a great tequila. Hey, JD, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Love it when you're here. My friends from Ohio. Gotta love Ohio. Gotta love Cincinnati. It's a great city. I grew up there. The only thing I didn't like about it was it's cold. But other than that, Cincinnati's a great place. I want to go back and take my family and show them where I lived when I lived there. And the only bad thing about it too is that it's a state-run liquor store. So state-run liquor state. So the pickings are slim in Ohio. But the Buckeyes are still there, and I'm a huge Ohio State Buckeye fan. So go Buckeyes. All right. So I think we're having a good time, right? Let me have a sip of water here. You guys have had some really great questions, and I always love that when you guys have good questions. So let's see some other things we could talk about. Let's talk about the word smooth. I think it needs to be addressed again. People always ask me, like, I get a message today from somebody. He's like, what is the smoothest tequila you've ever had? Smooth doesn't calculate with me because it doesn't, it has a different meaning for people. When I've talked to some people and I said, well, what do you mean by smooth? They say, it has a good flavor profile to it. Some people said it's about the burn, and other people are, say it means different things to them. So for me, the word smooth doesn't have a set definition. So instead of using smooth, try to describe what you're looking for, So you say, hey, what is the easiest sipping, great tasting tequila you've ever had? Which one would you recommend? Or you can say, hey, I want one that doesn't have a lot of burn to it, that has, more of a sweeter flavor profile that I would enjoy, and get a little more into describing what you're looking for. And that gives me a better idea of what to refer you to and what kind of tequila to recommend. The word smooth is just, it's awful because it really doesn't tell me what you're really looking for. And I think that people need to move away from using smooth. And I'm getting into fights with people. They're like, oh, everyone uses smooth. It's like, just because everyone uses it doesn't mean it's right. Because if I was to sit there, and let's say I was doing a competition and you had your tequila in the competition, right? And I was judging it, and I picked up a glass and I took a sip of it and went, I like it. It's smooth. And then you're like, okay, what do you like about it? It's smooth. It tells you nothing. So, okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox on the smooth thing, but I'm not a big fan of the word smooth. Yes, go Buckeyes! Go Buckeyes! Big, huge Buckeye fan. Yes, I am not sipping on anything tonight. I drank a lot this weekend, so I'm taking a day off to rehydrate before I hit it again tomorrow with the reviews and stuff. So this weekend, I drank a lot of the El Bujo Mezcal, which I really, really am liking. And then yesterday, I polished off the rest of a bottle of 123 Diablito, which I love that as an extra añejo. If you guys haven't tried the 123 Diablito yet, it is fantastic extra añejo. And if you're a cigar smoker, like I am too, it goes great with a medium to medium full-bodied cigar. It is a great, and it's French oak aged. So Okay, so light barrel influence reposado recommendations. Yeah, well, the Ocho is very good. Ocho is like the epitome of a light barrel influenced reposado. That one's really good. The San Matias Tahona reposado, which I talked about before, very good light influence on the repo. What are some other ones? Siete Leguas is good as a light barrel influence reposado as well. So if you haven't tried those, try one of those and let me know what you think. And if you want to go lighter, you're not going to find much lighter than the Ocho. But if you want to find something lighter than the other two, I could steer you to some other stuff. See if we can find something that you like. All right, so El Tesoro is my favorite. All around good flavored tequila, not too expensive and consistently good. Yeah, I agree. It's good. It's getting more expensive now because of the price increase, but it's still definitely worth the purchase on it. So I definitely recommend it. JD says, I described smooth as a great coating of my mouth and tongue. Well, there you go. But some people don't think of it that way. Some people think of smooth as in sweet, or it doesn't burn when it goes down. But people also have to realize too that when you're messing with 40% alcohol, it's gonna have a little bit of burn at first, and normally it's after the initial sip. your mouth and your gums and your tongue and everything, your throat gets used to the 40% alcohol, and then it's easy going from there. So you got to get past the first sip. That's why during that live review I took a sip first before I even started getting into the review, because you just got to get your lips and your inside of your mouth and your gums and your tongue all used to 40% alcohol. All right, JP says, do you have any bottles of Viva Mexico from 1414 there? Yes, I do. You can see it right there. Look. Here, it's right here. Right there. See that? There's like 3 bottles of 1414. I think that's the repo there. I think there's añejo on there as well. And then I've got more bottles of the 1414 añejo down here. But we're working on getting it in California, so I want to be able to offer it on ferment and still. I do love the Viva Mexico line from 1414. All right, so what's your opinion about spirits trend with sherry casks? It seems to me that almost every type of spirit are using sherry cask maturation. Are you a fan? Well, if it's done right, I'm a fan. If it's not done right, I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of, anything, aging it in anything, sherry casks, cognac. I'm a fan, but if they do it right, it's great. If they don't do it right, then I'm not a fan. I don't want it to be over oaked. I don't want the liquor that is in the barrel that the barrel was previously used to age overpowering the agave. And I like the barrel influence to accent the agave and not override it and overtake it. So as long as they do that, it's fine. Now I'll review the Lobos LeBron James tequila, and I'll do a live review on that. But that's aged in sherry casks, and I'll go into a little more detail about what they do with that one. But I'll be doing a review of that one soon. So make sure, if you're not already subscribed, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell next to it so you'll be notified when I post that we're going to be doing the live stream on that. So we'll be able to talk live as I'm going through the review and the information on it and the tasting of LeBron's tequila. All right, smooth should be flavorful without being hard. Okay, but just don't use smooth. Just say, I want a tequila that's flavorful without a hardcore burn, one that's easy to sip. So I like to say easy to sip. I want something that's easy to sip. Goes down easy. Easy to sip, doesn't have a harsh burn to it, and just a nice, robust flavor profile where the agave is the king. That tells you a lot about what I'm looking for, right? So try to get a little more descriptive into what you're looking for, and then allows me to kind of better find something that's going to fit what you're looking for, instead of trying to guess. Because when smooth comes across, what it means to me is that, all right, so you want something with additives to make it so it's smoothing additives, since they are called smoothing additives. So like a glycerin or simple syrup or something like that. You want something that's going to be overly sweet, because that's what those additives are for, making it overly sweet, easier to drink. And so that's where my recommendations may go, or I just may ignore it, because I try not to embrace those kind of brands and direct people to it. I try to embrace the ones that are made right, that don't need stuff added to it to make it taste better or appeal to you. And it's done the way generations have been doing it for ever since the beginning of tequila and agave spirits. All right. What's your opinion? Okay, let's see. All right. Next, we have 2 weeks ago, I went to Tommy's, tried Chinaco 1996, and Julio gave me a sample of El Tesoro 70th. Told him about you and Lippy. Told him about me and Lippy. Well, Julio and I are friends, right? He was on my show. You know that, right? What did he say when you brought up my name? He's like, yeah, I know Mark. Yeah, God, we're buddies. I talk to Julio all the time. Julio was on here for a happy hour with the Hombre. We had a great time. If you haven't watched that episode yet, watch it, because Julio and I, we had a great time. Yeah, but that's good that you can try the 1996 Chinaco. I have the El Tesoro 70th on it's right here on my shelf, right there. Can never get the hands right. It's like right there. I have a full bottle of the El Tesoro 70th. It's great. I like it. But yeah, Julio and I are good friends. I know Julio really well. I need to get up and see him again. A customer of mine signed me up for a 3-bottle shipment from an online site. Looked at the site, and they don't have the choices that Ferment and Still has, but some quality stuff, so I can't wait. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Cliff. All right. El Tequilino Reposado Rare tonight. Oh, nice. Very nice. I love the Reposado Rare. It is probably my top Reposado, just because it's an extra añejo. It's not really a Reposado, but they can't call it an extra añejo because the barrel is humongous. It's too big. And the CRT goes, well, you use big barrels. You can't call it anything more than a Reposado. So 6 years in a big Pipon barrel, and it's got a beautiful flavor profile. I enjoy it. And so it's very good, Bonnie. I hope you're enjoying the heck out of it. It's a good bottle. I'll be seeing Tony when I go to Mexico as well. We're gonna be hanging out with Tony for a little while. So make sure you click the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can see that episode, because Tony and we're gonna have fun. Thoughts on the difference between American and French oak barrels? Well, it all depends. American oak isn't as sweet as French oak is, but also, it all depends what was aged in it beforehand. Most of the French oak barrels that come around that I see had cognac in them, or previously used for wine. Most of them are cognac barrels, which I enjoy a tequila aged in a cognac barrel. And the single barrel El Tesoros that they did, the cognac one was really good. I like the rum one too. I actually think I preferred the 2 ones separate than the transatlantic, the both of them together. I really like the Pacific, the rum one. That one I've already polished off 2 of my three of my bottles. So, but yeah, I tend to lean more towards French oak aged, but I do love a good American oak aged, especially if they do it right, where they don't override the agave and it still has, the barrel influence, but it's not overly oaked, and I don't like it when they rechar the barrel for the aging, because then it gets a smoky charred flavor to it, like bourbon. I don't want my tequila to taste like bourbon. I want my tequila to taste like aged tequila. So what are your thoughts on Don Pilar Repo? Don Pilar is a solid line. I enjoy Don Pilar. I have several bottles of the Añejo. I thought the Repo was good. I still need to try the extra Añejo, and so I'll get the extra Añejo. I'll do a review of Don Pilar. I'll get a review up so people can hear more about that line. It's a solid line. I enjoy it. So if you've been thinking about it and wondering whether you should, yes, you should. You'll like it. You'll like it, Don. All right. So Bunny on 76. Do you know of any distilleries that use wild turkey bourbon? Yes, I do. Matter of fact, the Cascaween, the Tahona Reposado that we're getting, is aged in a wild turkey barrel. So one of them is wild turkey and one of them is French oak. So if you're not a member of the collective, make sure you join the collective, because we're going to have it. It's going to be ready in December. They're aging it for us right now. Now, see, this batch was specially made for us. Okay. I contacted Sal and said, hey, I understand things have been rough during COVID, and you did these single barrel Tahona repos for Mexico only, and they're only 375 milliliter bottles. I'd like to get some for the US. And he's like, okay. And I said, but I want our barrels to be, I want it to be 90 proof across the board. So 45% alcohol. He's like, okay. And he told me what barrels he had. And I said, I want a wild turkey and a French oak. He said, okay. I want 750 milliliter bottles. And he said, okay. And I wanted to have a thing on it saying it's exclusively for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. And he said, okay. So I cleared it with the distributor, cleared it with the importer. We got everything else set up, did a lot of legwork on it, got it all set up. They made the Tahona Blanco for us probably about 3 months ago and put it in the barrels. So now it's aging. It's in the aging process now, and it should be out aging. What is this now? We're just about in July. So July, August, September, October. So about 4 more months. So October, I think, is when it'll probably come out of the barrel. So when I'm there in Mexico in August, I'm going to go and see the barrels and kind of say hi to them and take a picture of them so I could share with you guys. And then they should be here by December. I'm thinking it's going to be a really nice Christmas present for people. So if you're not a member of the Tequila Barrel Collective, just go to www.tequilabarrelcollective.com and join. It's free to join. It gets you on the email list. So you'll get my emails when I send them out. I don't spam people with emails either. I just send you out notifications on things that, updates on the buys and stuff. And if you send out interest emails where if I want to know if you're interested in a certain buy that we may be doing. So, but Cascaween, we have a barrel from Wild Turkey coming. It's a Wild Turkey aged tequila. I know some people think smooth means less flavor, like a crystalline. They can. Smooth can mean bland. It can definitely mean bland. For some people it does, because I hear people all the time say, oh, the Cristalino is just so smooth, which means very lighter on flavor, blander than the normal añejos. So I think that there's some legitimacy to that, Cliff. I heard from someone that numero one tequila is actually decent for celeb tequila. Wonder if you tried it. Also saw some guy with it on Joe Rogan. Oh, Joe Rogan. Was he smoking weed while he was tasting his tequila? I haven't tried number one. It's on the list. So I'll if I get some, I'll definitely review it and let you know. I have people that say that they enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know because I haven't had it yet. But right now my number one celebrity tequila is actually Santo Fino Blanco from Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar. That is the best celebrity Blanco I've had yet. So, but I'll I'll write it here. Where's my pen? I'll put it on my list right now. Number one. Got it. All right. It is on the list. So JP, I got that down for you. We'll get the review. What's your opinion on Chimicos XA? I haven't had it yet. I have a bottle here, so I'll do a review. It's down here somewhere. I have it. I need to review it, so I can't give you an opinion until I tried it. But I will definitely do a review on that. Julio said, "Who? Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did, Cliff. Thanks." All right, so Rondo 17 says, I had the Don Abraham extra añejo yesterday for my 50th birthday. Unbelievable. Truly accepted. It's great, right? And it's good for the price. It's like $99. It's good quality extra añejo for the price. I always keep a bottle because it's like if I have people over and I don't want to pull out a really expensive bottle, I'll pull that out for a really good extra añejo to sip on. I agree. And I like the Blanco, the Repo, and the añejo too. I'm going to do a review of those. I did the Blanco already, but I'll do the Repo and the añejo and the extra añejo. I need to get those done too. I got a lot of reviews I need to do still. So I catch you guys up on stuff, but yeah, I agree. It is a good one. I read a top 8 review the other day that 888 was ranked number 2. My favoritism, no favoritism or marketing there, right? No, it's just someone's opinion. I mean, if they liked it and it's their number 2, then great. It's their number 2. I wouldn't say it's any favoritism or marketing, but it's expensive. It's a $400 bottle of tequila. Oh, 818. Oh, no, 81. Yeah, that's marketing dollars. Yeah. 888's different. 888's the Ocho tequila. That's aged 8 years, and I thought you were talking about the Ocho. 818. Yeah, that's probably just marketing dollars. Sammy Hagar is one of the few celebrities who actually seems to know and care about tequila. Yes, I agree. Because he's been in it from the beginning and he knows the right people. Matter of fact, I'm going to be with Eduardo Nunez when I go to Mexico in August. I'm going to be visiting with him. He's the one that makes the Santo Fino, and he made Cabo Wabo for him previously. So I'm going to be hanging out with him and seeing his distillery. So we'll talk to him, you guys, and if we get a good Wi-Fi, we'll put him on a live feed where you guys can talk to him too and ask him questions about what it's like working with Sammy Hagar. Andy Sandoval, how you doing? He says, hello, Mark. Thank you for recommending Corrido line. I found it here in Scottsdale. It's amazing. Still need to try their añejo. Very good. Yes. Yeah, Arizona, it's like the only place where they really have any presence. And so that's one of the reasons why we got it on Ferment and Still, is that we can now sell it to people across the country and get it to them. And so it's great. I love it. I've been drinking the añejo a lot lately. As a matter of fact, I posted I was drinking the añejo, I think on Saturday this week. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. It's really good. I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole line. I was impressed. And you saw the review, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it and glad you found something you like now, and tell your friends about it and share the love, because that's what helps these small brands that do it right. Thoughts on Suavecito as they use agave nectar and it's being 35%. It's not 35% here in the U.S. It's 35% in Mexico. I don't think it's 35% here in the U.S. But I don't know. I haven't had Suavecito. And I'm not a big fan of when they use agave nectar because it's still an additive, okay? It's still, that's what Siempre uses. They use aguamel, which is basically agave nectar, but it's still an additive, okay? It doesn't matter if it's not, it's not artificial, but neither is vegetable glycerin, because vegetable glycerin is all natural too. And when they use vegetable glycerin in it, or, some of the other stuff they use is natural flavoring, but it's still an additive that they still have to add to make it taste better because it can't stand up on its own. And that's where I have an issue, where It's like, okay, if I wanted tequila to have agave nectar in it, I could put it in myself, right? Just give me your tequila and let me determine whether I think I need to add something to it, like agave nectar or whatever. But it's not like we all sit there every day too and buy a bottle of tequila, pour ourselves a drink, sip it and go, you know what this needs? This needs agave nectar in it. Because if we did, we'd be like, okay, why do I need to buy this stuff if I need to add agave nectar to it? So it's like, hey, we added it for you. You know, I don't need it. I'd rather have the natural tequila and know that I'm not drinking something with additives in it, something that's made right. And if you don't like the way it tastes, don't present it and sell it. Change your processes and your recipe. Make it right. You know, throw that batch out. We all make mistakes. You ever made a bad batch of cookies or something? And it's like, oh, torch these things, throw them away. You're not going to just like, oh, well, I'll say that they're extra loved and whatever. And you can eat the burnt cookies and just say they're, you know, something else. No, just give us the good natural stuff without the additives in it, please. All right, I can't drive 55, but not when I'm drinking tequila. Got to ask Sammy about the correlation. Yeah, okay, you can do that. Or what it was like to be part of Van Hagar. This whole scenario there with Van Halen, all that stuff. All right, guys. Well, we're looking at 5 o'clock now, and the chat area has been kind of quiet tonight. So we're going to call it a night. Thanks for coming out, you guys. Thanks for all the great questions. And those of you that did the super chats, thank you so much for that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I'm going to do the review of anger management and do a live review again for you guys. So you can ask your questions and find out about that as you're doing the review. What is this? Todd says, I'm betting 1,000 on any and all. Oh, good. I'm good. It sounds like we have similar flavor profiles then, which is great. I'm glad it's working out for you. And I have lots of more recommendations I could give you, Todd. So stay tuned. Right? Hey, you're welcome, David. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, Cliff. See you. We'll see you next time, I'm sure. See you tomorrow if you can make it. Hey, Bunyan76. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, you guys, have a good rest of your Monday, and then we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And until then, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So drink some good stuff and enjoy.